Are Amy Roloff and Chris Marek still together today? Little People, Big World Relationship Update. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. 4. Little People, Big World, LPBW, has taken viewers inside the lives of the Roloff family, chronicling their triumphs, challenges, and relationships. Among the most talked about storylines has been Amy Roloff's journey post-divorce from ex-husband Matt Roloff, and her second chance at love with real estate agent Chris Marek. As the show's spotlight dimmed and real-life changes took center stage, fans have been wondering, are Amy Roloff and Chris Marek still together today? This deep dive will explore their current relationship, the challenges they've overcome, their post-show life, and what's next for the couple. Amy Roloff met Chris Marek after her divorce from Matt Roloff was finalized in 2016. While Amy initially wasn't sure she wanted to date again, she soon found herself charmed by Chris' Portland-based real estate agent with a passion for motorcycles and travel. Their first date? A casual motorcycle ride that turned into a promising romance. Fans were initially skeptical, wondering if Chris would be a good fit for Amy, who had spent nearly 3 decades building a life and a family with Matt on Roloff farms. Chris, however, seemed steady, calm, and genuinely devoted. He wasn't seeking fame, nor did he seem intimidated by Amy's TV persona. Over time, he integrated into the Roloff fold, supporting Amy through big transitions, including her move off the farm and into a new home. By 2019, Chris proposed to Amy, and she said yes. Their love story blossomed not only on LPBW, but also through social media updates and appearances at fan events. Amy and Chris tied the knot on August 28, 2021, in a beautiful ceremony held at Roloff Farms. Despite the emotional weight of returning to the place she once called home with Matt, Amy chose the farm because of its connection to her children and their shared past. The wedding was featured in a TLC special and marked a moment of unity, healing, and moving forward. The couple exchanged vows surrounded by family and close friends. Amy looked radiant in her gown, and Chris' vows brought many, including fans, to tears. The wedding wasn't without drama. There were lingering tensions between Amy and Matt, especially over the use of the farm. But Chris stood by her side, not just as a groom, but as an unwavering partner who supported her boundaries and helped her focus on the joy of the day. Married life brought changes, and not just in last names. Amy and Chris had to learn to blend lives, habits, and expectations. Amy moved into Chris's home, and they began the process of turning it into their shared space. Chris, who didn't have children of his own, stepped into the role of stepdad with Grace. Amy has 4 children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob, all grown with families and lives of their own. While Chris never tried to take a paternal role, he became a trusted presence and companion to the Roloff clan. Amy often shared updates about their married life, cooking together, traveling, and even doing the mundane, like errands and home repairs. She revealed that while they sometimes had differences, she's more emotional, he's more pragmatic, they balanced each other out. As of mid-2025, Amy Roloff and Chris Marek are still happily married and going strong. Amy continues to share regular updates on her Instagram and Facebook, often featuring Chris by her side. Whether it's date nights, family events, or just cozy evenings at home, the two often appear at fan meet and greets, motorcycle trips, and speaking engagements. In early 2025, Amy posted a heartfelt message on their anniversary, thanking Chris for being a wonderful partner, friend, and adventure buddy. Chris, in turn, has occasionally appeared on podcasts and interviews, expressing gratitude for the life they've built. They're also seen attending family milestones, grandkids' birthdays, holidays with the Roloffs, and reunions with friends. While LPBW is no longer airing new seasons as frequently, Amy and Chris remain visible and engaged with their loyal fanbase. Although Little People, Big World is no longer in its heyday, Amy and Chris have embraced life beyond reality TV. Amy has focused on her business, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, where she sells recipes, spices, and home goods. Chris has returned to real estate full-time, though he occasionally joins Amy for fan events and social media content. They also enjoy traveling, especially road trips on Chris' motorcycle. In the past year, they visited Montana, the Oregon coast, and wine country in California. Amy's blog and YouTube channel offer glimpses into their daily life, cooking together, decorating for the holidays, and reflecting on their relationship. Their journey hasn't been without challenges. From navigating a blended family to dealing with public scrutiny, Amy and Chris have had to develop strong communication and mutual respect. Amy has spoken candidly about her insecurities following her divorce. Chris's calm demeanor and patience helped ease those anxieties. Likewise, Amy's fiery, passionate personality sometimes clashes with Chris's more reserved approach, but they've worked hard to meet in the middle. The couple has also dealt with backlash online, from fans who still ship Amy and Matt to critics who question Chris' intentions. However, they've remained united, preferring to keep their focus on their own happiness rather than outside opinions. A big question fans often ask is, what is Amy's relationship with ex-husband Matt Roloff like now? Though their divorce was difficult and played out publicly, they found a way to coexist. Amy has said she'll always share a connection with Matt because of their children, but they are very different people. She's happy for Matt and his fiancée, Karen Chandler, though she admits their relationship dynamic can still be awkward at times. Chris and Matt also maintain a cordial relationship. In fact, Chris has occasionally been seen chatting with Matt during family events or on the farm. It's clear that while old wounds may linger, everyone has tried to move forward in a respectful way, for the sake of the family and especially the grandkids. One of the reasons fans are so invested in Amy and Chris' relationship is because it symbolizes hope and resilience. After a long and emotional marriage, Amy found the courage to start over. And Chris, a down-to-earth, kind-hearted man, proof that second chances at love are possible. Their story has inspired many fans, especially women navigating divorce, starting over later in life, or learning to trust again. Amy frequently receives messages from followers thanking her for being vulnerable and sharing her journey. Her openness about therapy, compromise, and self-worth has made her a role model for many. And Chris, by standing beside her with humility and devotion, has shown what supportive partnership looks like. Looking ahead, Amy and Chris plan to continue focusing on their family, hobbies, and travel. Amy has hinted that she might write a follow-up to her memoir, A Little Me, reflecting on her new chapter with Chris. She also hopes to grow her lifestyle brand and explore opportunities in food media. Chris remains happily semi-retired, enjoying time on the road, helping Amy with her ventures, and spending time with friends. The couple may not be on TV as much anymore, but their journey continues, less scripted, more real, and deeply rooted in mutual respect and love. So, are Amy Roloff and Chris Marek still together? Absolutely, but more importantly, they're thriving. Their story is more than just a post-divorce romance. It's a testament to healing, patience, and the beauty of finding love when you least expect it. Through personal growth, vulnerability, and unwavering support, Amy and Chris have built a marriage that fans continue to admire. For viewers who have followed LPBW since the beginning, watching Amy step into this new era with Chris has been both emotional and inspiring. They may not live on Roloff farms or dominate TLC's primetime anymore, but they carved out something even more valuable: a life together, full of love, laughter, and growth. And from everything they've shown us, their best days still lie ahead. Amy and Chris update on Little People, Big World. Where are they today? Amy Roloff and Chris Marek, one of the most adored couples on Little People, Big World, LPBW, have continued to nurture a strong and loving relationship since tying the knot in August 2021. Despite facing the challenges of blending lives post-divorce and leaving behind the Roloff farms, the couple has remained united, supportive, and adventurous. After their wedding, Amy moved into a beautiful new home with Chris in Hillsboro, Oregon. The couple frequently shares updates on social media, giving fans glimpses of their cozy life together, including home projects, holiday celebrations, and romantic getaways. Amy has often said she feels more at peace and settled now that she's created a new chapter away from the farm drama. Amy has remained a central figure on Little People, Big World, offering emotional support to her children and maintaining a respectful co-parenting relationship with ex-husband Matt Roloff. In recent seasons, Amy has opened up about the emotional toll of the family's farm feud and how it affected her relationship with her children, especially Zach and Jeremy. However, Amy continues to be a grounding presence on the show. She provides fans with heartfelt commentary on navigating midlife changes, family tension, and rediscovering love later in life. Though he was once a newcomer to LPBW, Chris has become a fan favorite for his calm demeanor, open heart, and respectful attitude toward the Roloff family dynamics. Many viewers appreciate how Chris has supported Amy through difficult moments, particularly during times of tension involving Matt and the farm's future. He's also taken part in fun adventures on the show, riding motorcycles, organizing parties, and traveling with Amy. Chris balances being on camera while still maintaining a professional real estate career. Amy and Chris celebrated their third wedding anniversary in 2024 with a scenic trip through the Pacific Northwest. Amy often posts photos of their travels, including camping trips, beach getaways, and winery tours. Their shared love of exploration continues to strengthen their bond. The couple also enjoys hosting dinner parties and spending time with Amy's grandchildren, often seen doting on them during visits. While there's ongoing speculation about Little People, Big World ending or transitioning to a new format, Amy and Chris have not confirmed whether they'll remain part of the show long-term. Still, they've hinted at being open to continuing if it makes sense for their personal lives. Amy also remains active on YouTube with her Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen series, where she shares recipes and cooking tips, often joined by Chris in the kitchen. Amy has been open about how her relationship with Chris has helped her heal from the pain of her divorce with Matt. In multiple interviews, she's described Chris as a blessing and credits him with helping her feel seen and valued. Chris, in turn, often praises Amy for her honesty, passion, and resilience. Despite the glare of reality TV and social media pressures, the couple presents a genuine, balanced partnership that fans admire. As of 2025, Amy Roloff and Chris Marek are still very much together, enjoying their post-farm life with shared adventures, deep affection, and mutual respect. While LPBW continues to evolve, one thing remains clear: Amy and Chris' relationship is one of the show's most heartwarming success stories. Amy Roloff unveils sweet wood project she made with fiancé Chris Marek ahead of their wedding. As stars of Little People, Big World, Amy Roloff and Chris Marek have shared their journey of love, family, and transformation with fans around the globe. One of the most heartfelt and inspiring moments leading up to their wedding was a unique woodcraft project the couple worked on together. The handmade wooden creation was not just a symbol of their mutual love for craftsmanship. It became a heartfelt expression of their growing bond and teamwork before saying, "I do." In this in-depth look, we'll explore the origins of the project, the emotional significance behind it, the challenges they faced while working together, how it reflected their journey, and the impact it had on their family, fans, and their future home. We'll also dive into the broader context of their relationship, their wedding preparations, and the ways this project served as a metaphor for the life they were about to build together. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek's love story didn't begin in the most conventional way. After Amy's public divorce from her first husband, Matt Roloff, many fans were curious and hopeful about how she would navigate love again. When she met Chris, a real estate agent with a warm heart and a steady hand. It was evident early on that something special was unfolding. Their shared interests included cooking, traveling, and enjoying the outdoors. But one hobby that truly brought them together was a love for crafting and DIY home projects. Chris, being handy and experienced in woodworking and home renovations, naturally introduced Amy to the world of carpentry. Amy, always open to learning new things and bonding through experiences, found joy in joining him in the workshop. The wooden project they began ahead of their wedding was more than just a creative outlet. It was an emotional undertaking, an emblem of their growing partnership and mutual respect. For Amy, it symbolized stepping into a new chapter. For Chris, it was a way to share a skill he loved with the woman he was about to marry. The idea began simply. Amy and Chris were discussing wedding decorations one evening when the topic turned to personalized, handmade items that could reflect their personalities. They both agreed that adding something unique and handmade would make their wedding even more special. After brainstorming, they landed on the idea of building a wooden welcome sign for their wedding guests. But it wouldn't be just any sign. It would incorporate symbols of their life together: a carved heart, the date of their wedding, and their initials entwined in rustic script. Later, they decided to extend the project to include a handcrafted bench and a custom memory box to hold keepsakes from their special day. The inspiration came from Chris' previous woodworking projects and Amy's vision of a cozy, intimate, and meaningful wedding. The couple watched tutorials, sketched out designs, and made multiple trips to lumber yards to choose the perfect pieces of wood. They settled on reclaimed oak, rich with natural grain and weathered character. A perfect metaphor for two people finding beauty in the imperfect and the aged. The process of building the pieces was both challenging and rewarding. Chris took the lead in instructing Amy on how to safely use tools like the jigsaw, planer, and sander. Amy, though hesitant at first, quickly picked up the techniques and grew confident with each session in the workshop. The couple carved initials into the wood, burned in quotes that reflected their love story, and even used a wood stain blend that Amy helped mix herself. They documented the process in photos and videos, sharing snippets with fans on social media. What made the experience so special was how they communicated throughout, patiently, lovingly, and often humorously. In one video clip shared online, Amy joked, "I'm not sure if this is marriage boot camp or a woodworking class, but either way, I'm learning to trust him with power tools and my heart." Every element of the project held personal meaning. The welcome sign, positioned at the entrance to their wedding venue. This wooden sign welcomed guests with their names, the date, and a heart symbol. It was the first thing guests saw and immediately set the tone of intimacy and love. The bench. Built together from scratch, the bench symbolized their support for each other. They placed it near the ceremony area, inviting guests to sit, reflect, or take photos. Post-wedding, it found a permanent place in their backyard as a daily reminder of the day they pledged their lives to one another. The memory box.